honors veterans.
Suspects identified in Waco shootout. I'm Dan Campanella.
My name is Abby Zeman, and this is your Public Eye News. Authorities have now released the name of a woman who is dead after a single vehicle crash on US 41 at around 5:30 on Sunday. Witnesses say a vehicle crossed the center line and struck a tree when it burst into flames. Diane McCollum of Calumet, the 48-year-old woman driver, was pronounced dead after being transported to Aspirus, Keweenaw. Authorities believe McCollum had suffered a fatal medical event which caused the accident. Drugs and alcohol are not considered factors in the crash. Concerned residents on Martin Lake will approach the Marquette County Board tonight regarding wells that they claim are keeping lake water levels low. After a drought from 2007 to 2012, Martin Lake was not able to return to normal levels, according to Commissioner Bill Nordin. Residents wish to shut down 2 wells completely despite the past 3 years' 130 million gallon decrease in pumping from the lake. The Clean Water Act's regulations prevent 2 pumps from being completely shut down as residents wish.
8,500 households will be receiving community health surveys in the mail this week. The Western Upper Peninsula Health Department is mailing out anonymous surveys to random households throughout the Western Upper Peninsula counties. The surveys are conducted as part of the Regional Community Health Needs Assessment every year. It includes many question topics such as health insurance coverage, eating, and exercise habits. Selected households that complete the survey by December 4th will be entered to win a $50 grocery gift card. The second suspect in an alleged armed robbery in Cedarsville has now been charged in Mackinac District Court. Benjamin Ernst McBroom of Knoll is charged with 1 count of armed robbery, 1 count of felony firearms, and habitual offender 4th offense. His bond is set at $500,000. The second suspect, Alexis Brian Harris, was charged Monday. The alleged robbery took place Saturday in Cedarville. Police say the robber displayed a weapon and demanded morphine and left with an undetermined amount of narcotics. Evidence of the crime was recovered at a Kinross Township home. The 2 suspects are currently housed at the Mackinac County Jail, and both Harrison and McBroom have a probable cause hearing scheduled for November 17th.
Governor Rick Schneider released a few words in honor of those who served on Veterans Day. The governor stated, quote, "This Veterans Day we say thank you to our veterans for their selfless dedication, and I ask all Michiganders to join me in recognizing them for protecting the United States of America," end quote. Governor Schneider also assisted in the honoring of a local veteran by presenting Negaunee resident Thomas Stanaway with the UP Veteran of the Year Award. State Representative John Keevala was arrested for operating under the influence just outside of Lansing on Monday night. Representative Keevala said, quote, "I am truly sorry to my wife, family, and constituents for letting them down. My dependence on alcohol has become a problem, and I plan to seek treatment immediately," end quote. Keevala says he plans to return to Marquette for professional help against his dependence on alcohol. And after the break, we'll have your national and international news. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jennifer DeLynn, the host of Ask the Doctors. Please join me and many of my colleagues this season for Ask the Doctors. All year long, we will explore important medical topics, talk about new treatments, and most importantly, answer your questions with doctors live in our studio. So join us this Thursday for Ask the Doctors right here on Public TV 13.
Welcome back. McLennan County Criminal District Attorney Abel Reyna said Tuesday a grand jury in Texas has indicted 106 people in connection with the deadly May shootout between bikers at a strip mall restaurant parking lot. The defendants are accused of engaging in organized criminal activity, with the underlying offense being aggravated assault and murder. 9 people were killed May 17th at the now closed Twin Peaks restaurant in Waco, and 18 others were hospitalized. District Attorney Reyna told reporters that the other 71 cases had yet to be presented to the grand jury. Authorities have said the shootout began after an uninvited biker gang showed up at the restaurant where a coalition of motorcycle groups had reserved the outdoor bar area. Police recovered 480 weapons, including 151 guns, assorted knives, brass knuckles, batons, hammers, and blunt objects of choice. Republican presidentials fanned out across the country in the hours after Tuesday night's Fox Business Network debate. Craig Boswell has more details from Washington, D.C.
The top Republican presidential candidates were back on the road and back to attacking their opponents just hours after the latest GOP debate.
You know, Jeb, as you know, is a big Common Core person.
Yeah.
I don't even like to bring up his name because, honestly, Yeah, I'm not happy about that. So
It's
anyway,
over.
Donald Trump took questions from the crowd in New Hampshire over breakfast.
I want to thank you for energizing the nomination process on the Republican side.
Dr. Ben Carson was in Virginia speaking to students at Liberty University.
We must be willing to stand up for what we believe in.
The debate itself was more tame than previous events, especially the CNBC debate 2 weeks ago, which was widely criticized by the candidates.
This was a good substantive debate. We talked deeply about issues, and we really enjoyed that. I'm glad we had one, and I hope all the other ones will be like that.
Immigration was the issue that brought out the sharpest divide.
For the 11 million people, come on, folks, we all know you can't pick them up and ship them back across the border. It's a silly argument.
Dwight Eisenhower. You don't get nicer, you don't get friendlier. They moved 1.5 million people out. We have no choice.
Even having this conversation sends a powerful signal. They're doing high fives in the Clinton campaign right now when they hear this.
That part is true. Clinton spokesman Brian Fallon tweeted, "We actually are doing high fives right now." Craig Boswell, CBS News, Washington.
President Barack Obama released new immigration plans, which some critics are calling controversial. The Department of Justice said Tuesday that it disagreed with the ruling and planned to seek review from the Supreme Court. Karen Tumlin of the National Immigration Law Center claims the immigrant families and their U.S. children have been anxiously waiting for the Fifth Circuit to rule. Briefing would have to be completed by midwinter in order for the Supreme Court to hear the case under President Obama's term. Carbonated water is now a $1.5 billion business, according to the latest industry research. But is it good for you? Don Champion takes a look.
Sales of carbonated water in the U.S. have doubled over the past 5 years.
The taste is a little bit different, a little bit sparkly, I guess.
I have a family of diabetics who still drink them because I can't convince them that they should just drink water.
But not all fizzy water is the same. Despina Hyde is a registered dietitian at NYU Langone Medical Center. She says it's important to read the labels.
The best bet is to choose something without any type of sweetener.
Hyde says sweeteners are often found in tonic and flavored sparkling waters. Some have added sugar, and even the ones with artificial sweeteners can lead to cavities and weight gain.
While they still don't have calories or sugar, they may be affecting our taste buds or our satiety or our hunger later in the day.
Then there are drinks like seltzer and club soda, which are essentially bubbly water. Hyde says carbonated waters do pose a slight risk to people with irritable bowel syndrome because they can cause bloating, and club soda contains sodium. But overall, Hyde says both are healthier choices than sugary sodas.
We're drinking too many calories, and so finding these alternatives is great.
For the healthiest alternative, Hyde says infuse regular water with your favorite fruit. Don Champion, CBS News, New York.
Myanmar's President Thein Sein has agreed to meet with Aung San Suu Kyi as early election results point towards victory for Suu Kyi's National League of Democracy. The president's office didn't spell out when such a meeting would take place, but congratulated Suu Kyi and the NLD on their success. Zah Hate of the president's office said, quote, "We will wait until the counting of the ballots eases up and try to arrange a time to meet when it's a bit quieter," end quote. The NLD has won 256 of 299 seats declared so far in the country's parliament, the Pyeongsi-do Hulutao. Suu Kyi herself won a seat in the Kumanu constituency of Yangon, a city formerly known as Rangoon. And stay tuned, because after the break we'll be back with your weather and sports.
I've been around the world, but there's one place I keep coming back to. This week on UTR, it's another one of our savory best of restaurant specials with awesome eateries from earlier episodes. We'll show you one family with two great concepts, a place with great food and legs, a farm you can carry your fork to, and a chef who does home cooking in a home. We'll even show you some of the best tacos above or below any border. All this on Under the Radar, Michigan.
Saturday evening at 10 o'clock Eastern on Public TV 13.
Hello, welcome back to Public Eye News. I'm Eric Shapiro with a look at your weather. As you can see behind me, we are enjoying another beautiful day here in Marquette County. Get out there, enjoy it while you still can, because it's about to change. Currently, it's mostly cloudy with a temperature of 55 degrees, winds south-southwest at 12 miles an hour, with a barometric pressure of 29.8 inches and dropping. Tonight, we'll have some rain with a low of 42 and winds east-southeast at 15 miles an hour. Tomorrow, we'll have some rain, high of 47, and winds north-northeast at 17 miles an hour. Across the UP, it's fairly cloudy. Here in Sault Ste. Marie, it's 51. Down here in Manistee, it's 50. Escanaba is 52 and cloudy. Down here in Menominee is 54 and mostly cloudy. Iron Mountain is 47. Up here in Ironwood is 57 and mostly sunny. Up in Houghton is 54 and cloudy. Back here in Marquette is 55 and mostly cloudy. And let's take a look at your weather ahead. Friday will be a high of 39, low of 30, with some rain, possibly some snow in the morning. Saturday will be a high of 50, low of 30, partly cloudy. And Sunday will be a high of 56, low of 39, and partly cloudy. Well, Jade, it looks like the weather's about to change, and I hear the New Yorkers are experiencing a change of their own.
Yes, they are, Eric. On Tuesday, New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman declared that daily fantasy sports constituted illegal gambling within his state. Schneiderman sent the game operators DraftKings and FanDuel cease and desist notices demanding they stop accepting wagers from New York residents. However, he did not ask the company to stop conducting its national business in New York. FanDuel released a statement disagreeing with the Attorney General's decision, saying things like, quote, "We have operated openly and lawfully in New York for several years. The only thing that changed today is the Attorney General's mind," end quote. DraftKings also stepped in, agreeing with FanDuel, stating, quote, "New York's actions today are an unfortunate example of the state government stifling innovation, technology, and entrepreneurship, and acting without full and fair consideration of the interests of consumers," end quote. DraftKings went on to say that they will be pursuing all legal options to try to reverse this decision. The Indianapolis Colts released that they are expecting quarterback Andrew Luck to miss at least 1 month with a lacerated kidney and a partially torn abdominal muscle. Luck was projected to miss anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks, but the Colts have been preparing for him to be out longer than the minimum projection. According to Colts coach Chuck Pagano, Luck was injured when he scrambled on a 2nd and 9 play and took a hit from one of the Denver Broncos linebackers in the 4th quarter on Sunday. Despite the injury after the hit, Luck remained in the game and threw a touchdown pass on the very next play. The San Diego Chargers placed their wide receiver Keenan Allen on a season-ending injured reserve last week with a lacerated kidney because they were informed that even after 6 weeks, Allen would not be cleared for contact. Since Luck and Allen play different positions, it is not clear on whether the severity of their injuries is the same. And Jaromir Jagr is still going strong as the oldest player in the NHL at 43 years old. Jagr is racking up nearly a point a game for the Florida Panthers, saying, quote, "It's up to you. It's not about the age, it's about the willingness to do it. I believe as long as you're healthy, you can do anything you want," end quote. Other than his recent hamstring injury, which only made him miss 1 game, Jagr hasn't dealt with many physical setbacks in the recent years. Jagr has played in 1,563 NHL regular season games, 202 playoff games, and played for 3 seasons in the Continental Hockey League. Jagr has set his own goal, stating that he would like to play until he's at least 50 years old. He's not sure if he can do so in the NHL at that age, but Europe would be the other option. As long as his health remains in order, Jagr doesn't see a reason that won't happen. So, Dan, I hear that there's some pretty interesting news coming out of Western Pennsylvania.
Yep, I'll say it could knock your socks off and maybe put your hands behind your back just a little bit. A Western Pennsylvania woman admitted she stole a police cruiser and led the police on an 80-mile-per-hour chase, all with her hands cuffed behind her back. 28-year-old Roxanne Reimer of Chippewa Township also pleaded guilty Tuesday to an unrelated theft charge. Authorities say Reimer was cuffed and placed in the back of a cruiser after being accused of shoplifting in January. She squeezed through an unlatched opening and crawled into the front seat, then zoomed off and led officers on a nearly 10-mile chase, eventually crashing. And that's all the time we have for you folks here today at Public Eye News. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow.
The preceding program was produced in studios located in the Edgar L. Hardin Learning Resources Center by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television.